Shalom. Welcome to our first video on Kiddush and Havdalah. We're going to look at the text of the Rambam and go through a couple of halachos, and then by the end of the week, hopefully we'll have a good familiarity with these two mitzvos. The Rambam says as follows: Mitzvos asim min haTorah l'kadosh yom haShabbos advarim. It's a positive command, one of the 613 mitzvos, to sanctify Shabbat with a verbal statement. Right, as it says, Shneimar Zachor es Yom HaShabbos l'kadsho, that you should mention. Zachor doesn't really mean remember. That's what it means in modern Hebrew. But in biblical Hebrew, Zachor doesn't mean to remember, as it says in this translation, but it means to mention. So you should mention Shabbat in its sanctity. Kolomar Zachreu Zechira Shabbat HaKiddush. So you should say a mentioning of praise of God and of the sanctity of Shabbat. And this mitzvah isn't just talking about Friday night, but it's talking about when Shabbat enters and when it leaves, we have a mitzvah to praise God and to talk about the sanctity of Shabbat. Right? So when Shabbat comes in, we say a Kiddush of the day, and v'tziyaso b'havdalah. When Shabbat goes out, we have Havdalah. Now, from the Torah's perspective, not what the rabbis added in later, but just from the Torah, it would have been enough when Shabbat started just to simply say a declaration of Shabbat. We're going to see in one of our next videos what that declaration would have been. And at the conclusion of Shabbat, another declaration talking about praising God and talking about the sanctity of Shabbat. That would have been insufficient to fulfill the obligation. It's only later on that the rabbis add in a cup of wine, besamim, the spices, and the flame for Havdalah that we're so accustomed to do today, which again is an obligation, but rabbinic in nature. Okay, hope you enjoyed this first video and hope that you'll continue watching. Shalom.